How many snaps did they run in the 14 personnel?
That's only for us.
100% of the snaps.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome into 14P Fantasy. I am your host, Justin Wright. Today, we are talking Dynasty Fallers for 2021. It's not a smoothly named video, but we're talking guys that have lost value over the course of the 2021 season. And as you expect, a lot of these guys are going to be older, 26, 27 and above, obviously nearing the age cliff in Dynasty. That doesn't mean there's not value to be had. So I'm going to break down which of these guys I'm still in on, who I'm happy to acquire and who I am looking to move out from underneath. That's a weird way to say it, but whatever. Moving on, we have our Patreon page, guys. Go check that out. For as little as $2 a month, you can donate, help support the 14P channel. In addition to that, you can get our rookie ranks that are going to be tiered, our tiered dynasty rankings, early access to all of our rookie profile videos. As we finish those videos, they will be immediately available on Patreon before they hit YouTube. You can also subscribe to the YouTube channel, guys. Follow us on Twitter, all that good stuff. All right, let's get into it. And number one on the list, the player that has lost the most value in Dynasty, and this is according to DLF using their ADP and their value tracking, it is Calvin Ridley. He's only 27, going to be 28. He fell 34 spots in ADP. I'm looking at it now. He went from pick 17 to pick 52, and I get it. I mean, it makes plenty of sense. Right now, you don't know if he's going to play next year. You don't know what team he's going to be on, who his quarterback is going to be, if he's going to be on the field. And I'm not going to guess whether he will or will not play. I have no idea. Nobody has any idea but Calvin Ridley. But the point is, if you want Calvin Ridley right now, one, he's coming at an obvious discount. And two, he is the ultimate dart throw in Dynasty. If you're a contending roster, I am making offers for Calvin Ridley. Could it backfire and blow up in your face? Absolutely 100%. But Dynasty is about taking some kind of risk, taking a chance on guys that could or could not work out. Here's the thing. If you buy him at a discount and he comes back next season, he's a top 12 wide receiver again. Like, I don't really care who the quarterback is, where he's playing, whatever's going on. I'm going to be back in on Calvin Ridley. So if you're contending and serious about contending, make the dart throw. Am I going to give up a 2023 first-round pick for him? Probably not, but I'll give up some multiple seconds and a wide receiver maybe. That's a deal I would make. Calvin Ridley, he's a risk. I think you should still be buying into that risk. Moving on, we have Chris Carson. The player has lost the second most amount of value in the last 4 months here, down 82 spots in startup ADP. He went from pick 45 down to 127. And rightfully so. I mean, he's continues to get hurt at the end of seasons. Now Rashad Penny has shown he's actually good at football when healthy. And Chris Carson is 27, going to be 28 years old. He has 1 year left on his deal in Seattle. It's not a guarantee he gets the job back. They very well could re-sign Rashad Penny. And then Chris Carson is looking at a true timeshare while being injury prone in potentially an offense without Russell Wilson. I don't really care if I'm competing, if I'm rebuilding, or I'm stuck in purgatory. I am trading Chris Carson away for anything I can get. Maybe you can go out and convince one of the running back needy contenders that, hey, Chris Carson is good depth. Give me an early third, late second for him. And if I can do that, I'm going to accept it. He is a guy that could just, get Thanos snapped out of existence as far as fantasy football goes. That could happen by next year. I don't want him. The upside does not justify holding on to him. Moving on, we have Derrick Henry. Obviously, injuries and age are the reason he is down 22 picks from pick 12 to pick 34. And honestly, I mean, I get it. Like, I fully understand not wanting him, or not necessarily not wanting him, but being skeptical of his long-term value because, again, he's 28, going to be 29 years old. He has a lot of wear and tear on, just on his legs, on his body. And it started to show this year. Obviously got banged up. He's coming back, though. So that does bode well for long-term health. But with Derrick Henry, if I am not a true contender, I'm talking a top 3-4 team in the league, I'm probably trading him away. If it doesn't fit your timeline, because again, it could be one more season, it could be 2, we don't know. But he's at that point in age where it's just he is a depreciating asset, and if I'm not an immediate contender, I want him off my roster. With that being said, if I am the one trading him, I'm still looking for first-round picks back. I mean, you have to. A 2023 first to help fill that gap in 2 years would be a great way to go about doing that. Or 2023 first, I think that's what I said. That's a good way to fill the gap. Maybe some second-rounders this year and a young running back if you can get one, say an Elijah Mitchell in a first-round pick. I think that could get the job done as well. There's a couple of ways you can go, but I do think you need to be trading him if you're not a top 4 team in your league. Another running back that has just hit the age cliff, and what are you going to do? It's Dalvin Cook. He's only 26, but we all know the injury concerns. There's a lot going on there. People are getting kind of sick and tired of it. He was finally healthy for a championship week and busted, which definitely doesn't help. But Dalvin Cook has gone from let me make sure I got it right, the 3rd overall pick down to the 20th overall pick, and his value is going to continue to fall. He has the contract, and there's really not an out in his contract for another 3 or 4 years. So most likely he will be sticking with Minnesota for the next 2 to 3 seasons, which is why, if I can get him at a discount, obviously he's more expensive than Derrick Henry, and I think he should be. But if I can get him at a discount for a first in back-to-back seasons or a first and a young player, I'm going to make that deal. Dalvin Cook is a guy I want on my team to either get me over the hump into contention, because, again, you'll have him for a few seasons, or if I'm an immediate contender, he is like a kind of a push your chips into the middle, going all in type of guy, and I think that's worth it. I'm still in on Dalvin Cook. And next on our list, we have DeAndre Hopkins, who has now fallen 23 picks from pick 18 down to pick 42. He's going to be 30 next year. He looked slow this season. I love DeAndre Hopkins, but he looked slow this year, and it's tough to say that. It's tough to accept it, but he is a guy that I think the wheels could fall off sooner rather than later. Contender or not, I think I want DeAndre Hopkins off my roster, and I'm not selling him for dirt cheap, but it's just a guy. I get he's tied to Kyler Murray, but it's really tough. I feel weird even saying it, but what DeAndre Hopkins does well, I don't think will age well into the NFL, and that's going to be a problem. He could go the way of AJ Green, the guy that's currently on his roster underperforming and being grossly average while he's a year or maybe 2 years older only than DeAndre Hopkins. That is in the realm of outcomes for him, and that's just not something I want to buy into. I don't know if he'll rank as a top 12 wide receiver for me this year or going into next year. Wasn't really that great before he got hurt, and then if injuries start to build up with him, it could go quickly. So DeAndre Hopkins, love the dude. I have a signed jersey of him. He's awesome. But I do think this is now the time to move on from DeAndre Hopkins, even with the depressed value. Because here's the thing, if he bounces back next year, his value is not going up. So sell him off to a contender. If you're a contender, if you want to hold, I get it. I'd be looking to move him. I am looking to move him in leagues I'm contending. That is all I have on DeAndre Hopkins. All right, guys. That's all I have for you today, actually. So again, check out the Patreon. As little as $2. Go over there, subscribe, donate, help keep the channel running. As always, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
How many snaps did they run in the 14 personnel?
That's only for us.
100% of the snaps.